Inter Milan delivered a ruthless and commanding 6-0 victory over Lazio in Serie A on Monday, completely dismantling their hosts with a combination of precision, power, and clinical finishing. Despite Lazio starting brightly and dominating the first half-hour, Inter seized control late in the first half and never looked back, scoring a flurry of goals on either side of halftime. The match began with Lazio showing intent, pressing high and creating opportunities, while Inter appeared slightly sluggish after their recent 1-0 Champions League defeat to Bayer Leverkusen. Lazio looked to capitalize on their momentum, with dangerous moments testing Inter's defense. Defender Stefan de Vrij briefly thought he had broken the deadlock when he pounced on a rebound and found the back of the net, only for the goal to be disallowed for offside. However, the game swung dramatically in Inter's favor soon after. In the 41st minute, following a lengthy VAR review, Inter were awarded a penalty for a handball by Lazio defender Samuel Gigit. Gigit had blocked Denzel Dumfries' initial attempt with his arm, leaving the referee with no choice after reviewing the footage. Hakan Calhanoglu stepped up confidently and smashed the ball past Lazio keeper Ivan Pruvdel to put Inter 1-0 ahead. The goal seemed to break Lazio's rhythm, and just moments later, Inter struck again. 2 minutes before halftime, Federico Dimarco fired Inter into a 2-0 lead with a stunning volley that arrowed inside the far post. Dimarco's strike was a moment of real quality, and Lazio, who had started so brightly, were suddenly facing a steep uphill battle as they went into the break shell-shocked. Inter emerged for the second half in devastating form and wasted no time in punishing Lazio further. Just 6 minutes after the restart, Nicolo Barella made it 3-0 with a perfectly placed shot that flew just under the crossbar. The goal reflected Inter's growing confidence and dominance, as Lazio's defense appeared increasingly disorganized and powerless to stop the onslaught. 2 minutes later, Denzel Dumfries added the fourth goal, rising high to meet Alessandro Bastoni's delightful cross and powerfully heading the ball into the net. Lazio's defensive frailties were on full display, as Inter's movement and precision repeatedly tore them apart. Lazio's struggles continued throughout the second half, and Inter's substitutes piled on further misery. In the 77th minute, Carlos Augusto capitalized on a scramble in the box to score from close range, extending Inter's lead to 5-0. With Lazio demoralized and unable to respond, Inter's dominance culminated in a brilliant sixth goal. In the 90th minute, Marcus Thuram showcased his skill and composure, dribbling past 2 Lazio defenders before calmly slotting the ball into the net to complete the rout. This emphatic win not only secured all 3 points for Inter but also highlighted their incredible attacking prowess and strength in depth. Inter's 6-goal haul meant they have now scored 47 goals away from home in Serie A in 2024, setting a new club record for away goals in a single calendar year. The victory sees Inter Milan remain third in the standings with 34 points from 15 matches, just 3 points behind leaders Atalanta with a game in hand. This puts Inter in a strong position to close the gap as they chase a second consecutive Serie A title. Lazio, meanwhile, dropped to 5th place with 31 points from 16 matches, a disappointing result that damages their hopes of breaking into the top 4. Lazio, despite leading their Europa League group and showing promising form earlier this season, were unable to recover from Inter's first-half goals and collapsed under the sustained pressure in the second half. Their strong start to the game was undone by costly defensive errors, and their inability to regroup after falling behind was glaring. For Inter, this result serves as a powerful statement following their Champions League setback, reaffirming their status as a serious contender for the Serie A title. With a potent attack featuring players like Calhanoglu, Dimarco, Dumfries, and Thuram, Inter demonstrated their ability to exploit weaknesses and punish opponents ruthlessly. Coach Simone Inzaghi will take satisfaction in his team's resilience, balance, and sharpness, particularly against a strong Lazio side. The match was a perfect showcase of Inter's lethal attack and ability to adapt under pressure, while Lazio will need to regroup quickly to prevent this result from derailing their season. As the Serie A title race heats up, Inter's performance not only keeps them in striking distance of the leaders but sends a clear warning to their rivals.